test the desktop, but I think we're good.
Okay. Just let me know if you need me to do anything too, because I can tag team with you.
Yeah, I just need to make sure you guys can see my screen when I do this.
Definitely. And I'm going to make you, yep, that works.
Okay, cool.
And I got an audio feedback loop there. Okay.
From me?
No, just me, because our live stream is running now. Okay. So I just want to take a minute to say welcome to everybody. My name is Anissa Barton Thompson. I'm the social media specialist and web developer at California State University, Dominguez Hills. And me, along with my co-partner, Mr. Daniel Kramer, I'm pointing up. He might be down in different places for you guys, but Mr. Daniel Kramer is a web development professional and graphic artist as well. And he and I together are the co-managers of LA Web Professionals Group. And this isn't just our group, this is all your group. So we welcome you. We're glad you made it. And in our June session today, we are welcoming Andrea Batts-Latson, who is an incredible graphic designer, artist, crafter, teacher, instructor. She is actually in charge of the digital arts, digital instruction program for one of our military programs. So I'm always mix up the initials
Denfos,
right. So, and she's also an Adobe community professional, along with Daniel and myself. And we love making sure that everybody has all the right resources to utilize all of the great creative tools, Adobe and others as well. So we like to combine all of these great things in technology and put it to great use. She is also a what do you call it? A crafting entrepreneur. So she's taking her skills into the selling market and selling her wares on Etsy and different platforms. Amazon, she's becoming an Amazon queen, which we love. So I'm about to turn this over to Andrea and let her get this show started. So Andrea, take it away. You are going to be presenting.
I am. Oh my goodness. So in my corner, always, everywhere I go, will be Anissa Thompson, because I need her to just introduce. That is awesome, man. I wanted to hire me a second ago. I was like, well, who is she talking about? That's awesome. Thank you so much. We call each other twin because we connected instantly when we went to Max. But I don't really need to introduce myself because she really did. That is way more than I would have said. I would have said that I was an instructor, and I just left it at that. But that's awesome. You know, that's why you need your friends. They boost you. Tonight, we're going to talk about Adobe Spark from the perspective of creating a social media product that we're going to upload to social media. We're going to use a scheduler. We're going to use a lot of the cool things. But just to get a survey, how many of you guys have used Adobe Express is what I should have said. How many of you guys have used Adobe Express? 1, 2, 3. Better question. Who has not? Who has not? Let's see. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, good. So those of you who have used it, if it starts off a little slow and you've probably used these tools before, I always learn something every time I encounter this program. So let's get started. Now, the one thing, Adobe Express is free, and I love that so much. I am a fan of free 99, like always. So the way that you get to Adobe Express is you just go to express.adobe.com. And then I've been in here before, so yours will have that welcome screen. And then you would just, once you get past that welcome screen, you'll be exactly where I am. Now, there are some things that might happen tonight, especially when I'm on Zoom. I noticed that sometimes the browser is overwhelmed because I'm on the same browser that I am on Zoom with. So if that hanging happens, no worries, we'll get through it. I'm going to be calm, so you should be calm. So we'll just be calm together. All right, so here's our main screen. And the cool thing about Adobe Express, it has templates. It has these quick actions, which are amazing. They really are. The QR code, that's the newest. I don't know if you guys have played with that yet, but look, if you click on that, it'll generate that QR code. So all you got to do is click it, and then you'll put a website in here and you'll create QR code. You can even change the color, and it's an infomercial. So, but wait, there's more. You can even click and change it from this pattern to this pattern. So I know, I see it on your face. I can hear it, even though you're not saying it. This is exciting. And then you go to file type and you can choose PNG, JPEG, or SVG. I know, you're spoiled. I feel you. Okay, so that's how you do the QR code. And then you can do, they have a lot of PDF. So those of you who worked with PDFs before, you can convert it to a PDF, from a PDF. You can edit the text, so you can put an actual PDF in here and edit it. You don't have to open up Acrobat. You don't have to have Acrobat. So you can go and edit your text and images. You can organize the pages. You can combine the files to make one PDF, or vice versa. It is really awesome. So that for video, there's some really, really cool stuff. You can trim the video, resize, merge, convert to GIF. That's right. GIF, right? Because choosy designers say GIF. That's what I'm saying. That's just how it works. All right, convert to GIF. You can crop your video, change the speed, convert to MP4, and reverse the video. So there's a lot of options that people do not know that are right here that they can do, and it's just so awesome. Even with images, resizing your image, removing the background, converting it to JPEG to PNG, cropping, and converting to SVG. So much awesomeness you can do right here inside of here. So I love it. I do. And then there's some templates. So if you don't know exactly how you want to do your design, and you're like, let me go ahead. And even if you do know how to design, let's say you had to do something quick. I had to do something quick the other day for someone who was just like, I don't really care about the design. I just want you to put words on it. And I was like, yeah, that's not me. So I just said, okay, well, let me just throw it into a template. And I did. And I just put, change the text and change the font and stuff, and then send it to her. She was like, oh, wow, this is way more than I expected. Thank you. And I was like, yeah, cool. Yeah, right. $85. Please hand it over. I'm just kidding. I didn't charge her, but I could have. See what I'm saying? I could have. And then, so all types of templates. If you don't see what you want, here's what's so awesome. Right up here, the different sizes. If you know you want to do a Facebook post, but look at this. If you want to do a YouTube thumbnail, they are already sized for you, and you can go in, change the photo, make it your own. But you can, and some people, name me, sometimes they'll take the template and not even use what's in it. So I delete everything out. I wanted it for the size. You know what I mean? And you can do that. And it's okay. It won't hurt anybody's feelings. They won't even know. So you can do that as well. You have menus. So you have templates for just about everything. And if there's something that you don't see here, you can actually just go up here and type it. So if, I don't know, a template that I can't think, what's that unpopular? I don't know. Fishing? I don't know. So a fishing, if I choose fishing, then I can see all the templates that are in here already created that have something to do with fishing, right? So that's super cool that you can do that. And you don't even know that search bar, that's your search bar. You own that search bar. So you put what you want in there. Don't let nobody tell you can't. Put what you want in there and see if it come up. And if it don't, make it. All right, so there you go. So you can use a template. You can also, let me go ahead and close this. All right. You can also, and those X's. So honestly, this program, just to give you the down to the end, if you can click a plus, if you can click a button, if you can select stuff, you can work this program. That is from beginning to end how this program works. How awesome is that? That is just that easy to create awesomeness by clicking. I'm just saying. Don't get me started. I get started. All right. So I love this program. I don't know if you can tell, but I do. And I loved it from its infancy, from Spark to Creative Cloud Express to create Adobe Express. So yeah, all those name changes, I still loved it. You know what I'm saying? That's called fair weather love. That's what I have for it. All right. And then, so if I go back to the home screen, oh, I am at the home screen. Just kidding. We also have projects. So you can go and you click on projects and you'll see all the projects that you created in here, all the projects that were shared with you, because you can share with each other. So if I was working with Anissa, she's in California, I'm here in Maryland, and I was like, oh, girl, this is what I did to this. you know, do what you do with it. She can go in, she can finish it, she can work on the project. It's awesome that we can share. Brands, your brand is in here. So my brand is in here. I have Batty Laddie brand, which is my design company. And so I can set up my brand and it'll come in with the colors of my brand. It'll come in with the fonts that I set. It's amazing. So awesome. All right. And then libraries. These are your libraries. So your libraries that are in Photoshop, your libraries that are in Illustrator, your libraries that are in InDesign, they're here too. I know. Oh no, some of you fell out your seat by now, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm telling you, it's awesome. And then you go to schedule. We can schedule stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing and you're like, I don't understand, what is this clicking? It's not working for me. You can click here on the learn, and there are tutorials made to show you everything that you can do in the app. I'm just saying, everything was thought of. That's all I'm saying. All right. So I'm gonna go back home and we're going to create a social media product. But you, because I like interactivity, are gonna tell me what type of social media product I'm gonna create. And you're gonna tell me the topic. So I'm waiting. This is gonna be what you make of it. So the first person to unmute their mic and tell me what we're gonna make. I see Elias, I see you. I know you're trying. Go, tell me.
Feel free to unmute. Let her know.
I think he was trying. I don't know if it's still.
I'm gonna definitely try to make a colored QR code because I love QR codes.
Okay, so color QR code. So we're gonna put that inside of our post. Yep. Now, what type of product do we want to do? A post? It needs to be social media. A Facebook post, an Instagram post, Instagram story. Do you want to do YouTube thumbnail? What do we want to do?
I want to go with a logo.
You want to create a logo?
Yeah.
Oh, see, yes, we can. Yes, we can. We will do that. Let's do it. Okay. And listen, I don't mind going off the grid. I like it so much. Okay. So, all right. So when we're creating a logo, we have options over here that instantly come up for us. So we can choose business, we can choose restaurants, fashion, beauty, music. What do we want to create a logo for?
Restaurant.
A man after my own heart. That's called food. Yes, sir. I'm all about it. I'm about it. All right. So we got logos. All right. So we got a restaurant. Do you see any that you like? And then if you see something that you like, but we want to modify it, we're going to do that anyway. So that works. So tell me what style.
The Happy Hive. Just a little bit on top. You go up.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. And then another thing I want to tell you guys. So there's the free version of the app. I'm, of course, on the premium version. But the difference is when you see these little icons, that tells you that it's premium. So the little crown right there, that's what's telling you that this is premium. All right. So this logo right here is premium. Okay. So we have the Happy Hive. All right. So once we're in here, you're going to see that you're going to try to do stuff and you're not able to. And that's just because this is grouped. So if you see this whole thing, that means that there are different elements that are making this into one. All we have to do, several things. The easiest way is to click the ungroup button. But if you're like, I don't know if I want to click that because I don't know, you can 2 clicks. Remember, I told you everything's gonna click. Remember I said that? So if I click once, I'm stepping into the object. You see that? How I have 2 lines now? If I click twice, I'm stepping into the actual word. You see that? See that? What? You didn't know that. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So you can either ungroup if you want, or you can say, nope, I'm going to keep it in the group, but I just want to modify it within the group. So you can do that as well. All right. So what color scheme do we like? So, and what words do we want? So this is the Happy Hive. What's our restaurant called? It's me and Elias restaurant. Yeah. Because none of y'all talk. So it's just he and I. We in business together.
You should make it purple because purple is amazing.
So purple is her favorite color, by the way.
Purple. Come on, Andrea. Purple, pink, and teal. You know, you're like collaborating. There you go.
She wants to force me to do this because she knows my color is hot pink, but that's okay. All right, I would do purple, pink, and teal.
Wendy agrees with you, Kiana.
Oh boy, I tell you. All right. So we will do purple, pink, and teal. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking, and you can tell me whether we want to do this or not. So the background, maybe we'll do the background in like a
yellow. Let's make it yellow for the beehive. The beehive color.
Oh, okay. So yellow for the beehive. I like that. And are these the words we're keeping? We want it to be the happy hive.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Okay. And are we organic and sustainable?
I love that. Yeah.
That's
LA
okay.
is all about that.
All right. Well, that's what we're gonna do. All right. So then we will. Let's see what we're gonna make purple. Let's happy.
Maybe it needs to be the sanguine hive.
Say it again.
The sanguine hive.
Queen hive.
Sanguine. Never mind.
Oh,
No.
sanguine.
Can you spell it?
Okay.
Can you spell it for me?
I got it.
Is he saying sanguine? Sanguine.
Did I spell it right in the chat?
Okay, let me see. Yeah, if you write it in there.
That's correct. That's correct.
So, okay, let's do this. SANG.
UINE.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I should have
Yeah.
just said it because I was right. Okay. Sweet.
And that G actually looks really good too.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I like that. Ooh, hang on. I do like that. I like this font a lot. All right. So this is
Change hive to spot.
G one more time. Sorry. What'd you say?
Change hive to spot. SPOT.
SBLT? Okay.
Yeah,
Change house to spot.
sanguine spot.
Okay. All right. So
I like it.
I do too. Hang on. SPLT. Let me make sure I type in the right area. That's the other thing. Okay, so the sanguine spot. Now earlier, okay, I like that. It actually just gave me another idea too. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this B because I think I want to use it in another way. Okay, so we got the sanguine spot. Okay, organic and sustainable. And then we got to use purple. So we will put purple in here. Purple and yellow are in bed together. So let's see. Maybe a darker purple though. Awesome. Darker purple. Yeah, say like that. Same. Okay. All right. Then, because we've changed the shape, I'm all about the shape of something. I want to play with this spacing a little bit. So maybe
You can change organic to toxic.
change it to toxic. I'm not eating here. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Whatever. I'm
Messed up
not.
the whole brand.
You might get a D grade on the restaurant.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know who is it? Who is it? Who comes?
I replaced the bee with a spider.
Oh my gosh, I love you because this is crazy and stuff I would definitely not do because the spider is not welcome in my restaurant. But okay, all right, we're gonna do it.
Crunchy spiders.
Ugh, I think you know that I don't like spiders and you're doing this on purpose. I do. That's okay. That's all right. Make me uncomfortable. Wait, did they create? No, they didn't. Okay, so he's saying change the bee to a spider. So I selected the bee. And over here on the right, which is like our context sensitive menu, you're going to see that it says replace. So I can click on replace and then I can go over here and I can type spider. This is taking on a bad turn. If anyone is watching this in the future, just know, you know me and you know I do not do spiders. Which spider?
The first one or the third one?
The one
What
with
do
the
you
web.
think, Doug?
Second one in the middle on top with
This?
a cross.
With the cross?
Yeah,
Why?
over the crucifix.
Oh my gosh. Who is this? Oh, okay. And then notice when we select the spider, we have this rotate. So we can rotate it. So maybe it come in for the spot. Just to add interest, something like that. I feel like the spider should be a different color, but I don't know. Or either the and spot should be a different color. But
it brings up an interesting point. We went from restaurant to now I feel like we're going to like the nightclub or something.
yes,
Right?
yes. Yes. But should we just say toxic and sustainable? That's still good?
Toxic and regurgitatable.
What'd he say? Why she's laughing? What'd he say?
He said toxic and regurgitatable. She had to think about that one. She's like, I don't know about all that. That's usually the time when you start pushing back on the client.
Listen,
You can shorten it to gurgible.
You got me here. You got me here. You got me here. Let's just go with this. Oh my God. I can't even swallow that. Because I wouldn't. All right, hold on. Let me change the color real quick.
Andrew said a goth club.
A goth club.
That actually could work instead of toxic
Good.
and sustainable. A goth club.
As sustainable or goth?
A goth club, like Andrew wrote it in the. Oh, you can't see the chat. Yeah,
I can't see it. Yeah.
he wrote a goth club, GOTH club.
Okay, so just put a goth club. But,
Elias is like,
How about
it's
a
still my
toxic-
restaurant.
what about a toxic goth club?
There you go.
I'm still not joining the club. I'm just saying.
Or a Gothic Talks Club.
A gothic tox club. Okay, hang on. So just TOX. Gothic. Like that.
Yeah, why not?
Man,
I think we got you a logo.
Yeah, we do. It was, yep. it went from something's bothering me. Hang on. I don't like this. I have to have something to align, and it's not aligning. Okay, that aligns over there. All right, so it's a Gothic Talks Club. Okay, it's aligning with the P in the spot. Okay, all right, so we have a logo. Are we cool with the colors? Anything that we want to change as far as the colors of this, or is this good? Good to go.
Elias, your call.
Elias, it's done gone from good to goth. We can't see you, or we can't hear you. We can see you, we just can't hear you.
Sorry, I thought I unmuted. I said, can we get some like neon green, please?
Oh, from where? Like where do you want neon green? Yeah.
Like the body of the spider.
Sure. Okay. I'm about that. That stands for toxic. So yeah, that is toxic. Let's see. How neon can we make the? Might be our. Let's see. Okay, so I got an idea. All right, because we need to bring out the spider. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to have to ungroup it for a second. All right, so now that we've ungrouped it, I will show you that I'm going to group again. All right, that we have layers too. So now I selected the spider, but over here to the right at the bottom, those are layers. So you can actually select different ones. You can move them in different order. If we wanted the spider underneath, we can. What I will tell you is be patient. A lot of people try to they think layers work the same way they work in Photoshop, and it doesn't. So what happens is, like when I move this, there's gonna be a delay before it actually comes up. It's just a second or two, but just be patient with that. Yeah, just to know that delay is there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is duplicate. So I selected the layer, or I can select the spider. Either one is gonna give us this menu over here. So what I'm gonna do, within this menu, we have replace, we have duplicate, we have layer order, trash, and information about it. And information is just gonna tell you who did it, and where it was created and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna duplicate it. And then I'm gonna change the color of this one to black. And then I'm going to bring this one right on top of that spider. And then I'm gonna bring it below. And yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of create a shadow of the spider just the old fashioned way. Y'all remember before Photoshop had all that fun stuff? That's how we used to do it. All right. And so I could either make it, let me see, I think I want to try it with the gray. I'm going to do the purple. Yeah. There we go. All right. So we got the spider. Anything else? Are we good?
We're good.
All right. So now we got our logo. We got our background of yellow and our logo. Now I'm going to select all of this. I'm going to group it back so that it is just one. And since we're using this yellow, I'm going to make this a little bit larger in the space. There we go. Okay. All right. So there's our logo. So now what we would do, I'm going to download it. And when we download, we have the options of PNG, JPEG, and PDF. I'm going to choose PNG because we want, well, it doesn't even matter. There's no transparency. So I could choose PNG or JPEG, but out of habit, I'm going to do PNG. I'm going to start to download. It's going to ask me, do you want it solid or do you want it transparent? Doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to choose solid. And so notice it's coming and it says my project. Well, that really doesn't tell me anything. If you look at my downloads, you're going to see a whole bunch of my projects.png. So I can name this, and where you can name this, and this is a lot of people don't know, is if you look at the breadcrumb path up here, you got home project and my project. If I click on that one time, that's all I did, one time, I can now name this logo, whatever I want to name it. Now I have a web background, so I don't like to have spaces in between, but you can, it's okay. I just don't like it. So now when I download this again as a PNG, do the same. And I could have just renamed it, but I'm doing this for teaching purposes. Then now you'll see, now it says what the logo should say. All right. So now what we can do is go ahead and create our social media product. So I'm going to go back to home. I don't have to, I'm just going to. So I can go back to home and there's our logo showing us that we have our recent products. So this is your recent product menu. What we're going to do is now go ahead and get into creating our social media post with our logo. So are we going to create for Instagram, Facebook, Instagram story? Which social media platform should we create for? First person to dump that mic is the one that's going for it.
IG
Instagram
post.
story.
Oh, she beat you. She beat you. Okay, Instagram story. next time. We got you. We got you. All right. So we're gonna create for our Instagram story. And we can start off with a template. So either one of you we can, since this is a restaurant, maybe we say restaurant. Oh, sorry.
Elias says
Let me do
menu.
this again. Huh?
Elias says menu.
A menu? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a menu. You guys, oh gosh. What is this menu gonna have on it? Okay, I'm not even gonna think about it. All right. So do you see any the anxiety? You guys see any menu that you like the style of?
We see one with the QR code, right? Same thought process.
These
They
two
minds
right
think
here?
alike. And these,
Exactly.
These three? Which one? Which one though out of the three?
You choose.
The top left one.
yeah, I like that one. It's big.
This one that I'm on?
No, the one up above it.
One above it?
It's
Okay.
like the same code.
There's your hot pink, Andrea.
Thanks, Keon. Thanks so much. I appreciate you so much more right now. All right, so we're going to say, so we got to fake the address, which is okay. We can do that. All right, so let's go ahead and create a QR code. So this is our, let's say, what is it? SANGUINE menu. So I can set this, right? Because it automatically saves, typically, except for when you look up here and it says not saved. And you're like, okay, well, save. It's probably waiting on me to do something to it. There we go. Now it's saving. All right. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. I just want to make sure that it's saved. I always check that to see. Do that though, because if you leave your project and let's say you're in the last 10 minutes of the project or something and it doesn't save and you didn't look to see if it's saved and you go somewhere else and you're like, I did that, you're going to be upset because your stuff's not going to be there. So just, I have a habit of checking that. So I'm going to go to home. And then I'm going to go to create a QR code, and we're going to create a QR code for this fake place. I don't even know if it'll generate. So this is going to be a really good test. Oops. So SANGUINE. What do we say? Talks, I don't know, .com. Let's see. Did we create it? It's a get out of here. All right, we're gonna do this one. And that is not our color. Closest color we have, we'll just stick with black. All right, create QR code. And let's download. Okay.
Why such a limited range in colors for the code?
Oh, what did you ask? Sorry.
Why such a limited range in colors for the QR code?
It just released. I'm pretty sure they're going to be more, and I'm pretty sure soon we're going to be able to select our own. But I think they're trying it out right now because it just released. It's a brand new release. So I'm sure more are coming. Trust me, those things have already been stated. So I'm sure it's coming. So we're going to go back into our project. We can just go right down here, click on it, and it's going to pop up for us. And now we can click on this QR code and we can click replace. And then it's going to pop up a menu. It's going to populate some stock from Adobe Stock, but we can say, nope, let's upload photo. And we click on that. And then it's going to go through spinning wheel because I'm also on Zoom. So we'll see how this goes. All right. And then it's going to, I'm just going to date modified. This is, make sure. Yep, that's our code. That. And then it replaces it. We kept the same color as the last one because there's a filter on here. So if I click off, yep, it's because there's a filter on here. So, and we'll talk about the filters in a second, but let's go here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and start putting in our logo. Let's see what's the spot we want our logo. I'll put it down here, which isn't really where I would put it. That's okay. This is a challenge. I like those. All right, so I'm gonna go to photo, upload photo, and I'm gonna search for the logo that we just created. And so here's our logo. And so now I can decide on which spot we're gonna put it at. And I'll try down here. Right there. And as you can imagine, we're definitely going to, let me see. We're playing right now. That's what we're doing. So we could decide, nope, I don't like it. All right, so we're just gonna place that right there. And then we don't want to repeat the name because it's right there, but we should repeat the name. So let's go ahead and repeat the name. Let's say NGUINE, spots. And then I'll worry about layout in a second of how I'm going to lay this out. And then we're definitely going to change the font, of course, because we want something that matches ours. And we'll just 000. Wow, come on. There we go. And we'll change the information 000 Fake Street Lane.
Big Street Lane Boulevard.
Ooh, okay. Fake Street Lane. Make sure you Lady Boulevard.
Hi, Gina.
Nowhere. Who came in? Nowhere. Nowhere, Neverland.
Drea, while you're typing that in, who was it that asked the question about the SVG? I mean, the QR code colors.
No, it's me.
About the limited. Okay, so a little hacker trick. I discovered that you can generate, even though you only have those 5 colors to choose from, if you save it as an SVG file, the SVG is code, and you can go into the code and actually put in whatever colors, the background color and the actual color of the color blocks. You can actually change the colors out. So there is some flexibility. They just don't make it like publicly available.
I forgot this is a web group, so they would all know.
Right.
The SVG code. Okay, that makes sense. Good to know. I don't know if that helped you, because then I'll start talking code. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we got. All right, so we'll say the sanguine. I don't know why I can't say it. I don't know why, but this peach has to go. It does. So let's see. Okay. So the color that I want, it is in the logo, but we're not seeing it here. So we have this eyedropper. You guys know that eyedropper, and all we have to do is click on it, because a lot of people try to do it like they do in Photoshop, where it doesn't work the same. You just click on it and then roll over whatever color you like, and then you can get it to change that way. All right, so I'm gonna try this lime green. Click here, click on my eyedropper, grab that lime green color. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to go here to the outline, and I think, let's see what it looks like on lime green. And now that I've added those colors, you'll see that they're in here into the current palette. So that's another thing that's pretty helpful, is that it's here for us. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, and then maybe we'll keep, I'm going to ungroup for a second. I don't have to, but, and then we'll make the inside lime green, and then we'll make the outside. What are our 3 colors? Look, okay, that gray. All right, so menu, I'm gonna make that gray color that we have. So I click on the eyedropper and just go hover over spot. Not really sure I like that yet, but we'll see. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same for this, ungroup it, and then select that lime green, just bring it out, do the same here, ungroup it, and then select that lime green. And then we got lime green, we got that yellow. So I'm gonna make everything else that yellow. I'm gonna click on here. Remember, I got the layers, so I can actually select from here and then change that to that. I forgot just that fast what color I said I was gonna make that. I said yellow, right? I said our yellow, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna go eyedropper and select that yellow. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. That is absolutely what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna make it purple, and then I'm gonna go to the eyedropper and, well, not the eyedropper. I'm gonna go to the next layer, and I'm gonna make it. Nope, I'm gonna make it the yellow. So this is where I would select that yellow. We'll see. The jury's still out on this. All right, so once I have this one, I could just use one and then replace it, but I'll just change the colors. All right, so I'm gonna go to purple, and then I'm gonna go purple. And then, oh, I kind of actually, yep, I like the purple. All right, so I'm gonna go back to that one, and I'm gonna make that background purple, because I like the way that now I just tricked it into it being like a separation of the line. So here we go. There we go. That's how stuff happens. All right, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna change this pink to that purple. And then I'm going to change this background to that blue. That, not blue, that purple. Didn't work as well on that one, but that's okay. And then so down here, we don't want a whole bunch of colors on ours. So it's pretty much the same. That yellow, we want the yellow to match up with, if we go with the yellow, we want it to match up with the yellow that we chose. I'm not quite sure that's the same one. So let me go ahead and select that.
While you're changing up the colors, Gina asked a question: if I make something in Express, can someone else edit it in Canva? And I can tell you both Andrea and I both use both Express and Canva. Unfortunately, they're not cross-compatible, but I will say if you can get something in SVG, you can export from one to the other. Also, if you have a component that's done and saved as a PNG, you can import between the two, but you're not really bringing entire designs over from one application into another. But they both work pretty similarly.
And I will say that they are working on that. That is a common question. So who's to say that next week or whenever, and I don't know this, so don't quote me, but I don't know when it's going to come out, but I do know that this is a common question. And right now it's like the sweet spot. It is, because the program's so new. Everything they're listening to, everything that we have requested so far is there. And I'm like, what? We're going to get so spoiled because we're going to think that this is just how it's going to work, because all the attention right now is on this program, which is awesome. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I want a spa with a pool. And they're like, okay. Yes.
I like that magenta against the purple.
You like this like it is right now?
No, where it said the sanguine spot, I like the color of that magenta against the purple.
Right here. Hang on.
Where the sanguine spot is written out. You changed it to yellow?
In the actual
right here.
design.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you liked it better when it was magenta?
I like the color, that shaded magenta. It didn't contrast well, but it complemented the purple very nicely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's lighten it then. Let's play with the color then. Hey, listen.
There you go.
How about that?
Because the one thing we got to do, we're all graphic designers, but we're also
Absolutely.
accessibility folks too. We got to make sure our designs are readable, legible, and usable by all kinds of folks, including folks with color issues, visibility issues, and so on. Readability, all of that is a factor. So I'm glad that she made that text a little bit lighter so it's easier to read.
A little darker than that.
Now,
Also,
so there,
is that lower left-hand hamburger, the placement, bugging anybody else?
The logo placement?
this one right here. He's on this one.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I mean, it can be changed, you know what I mean? So it's not like let me grab this one. This is why you group stuff though, just so you know. It's because do I have that one? Okay, I have that one. And that one. Let me group it. There we go. Nope, I still didn't grab them all. All right, let me grab this one.
While you're doing that, Elias added, he's got a few MP4s stored on Canva, but prefers to use Express because it reminds him of the Adobe software. And you can go MP4, you can move MP4s because it's an included, a self-contained file or self-contained package. You can bring MP4s into both Canva and Express as well.
Yes. Yeah, which is awesome too. And then I was going to say with the SVG, I know some people, one of the questions was not here, but in the past have been, can you bring a file from here into Illustrator? Well, Illustrator does speak SVG, so you can take it into Illustrator and manipulate it any way that you want. So I've done it. I like it. It works fine. So definitely, if that's what you want to do, go for it. All right, so I'm going to group that, and then I'm going to push this in a corner. And lined up to here. And maybe there. All right. Okay, so we have that moved over. We still haven't decided with this. And so you want it darker, but the issue is that contrast. Like if we go any darker than this, then, and there is a contrast checker that you can check your design on. And I do know that the Express team is working on accessibility as we speak. So, so some of those might be in here where you can start, making sure that it's, that there's enough contrast. One way that I check to make sure my stuff is contrasting now, though, is I'll print it on a black and white printer. And if there's enough contrast between that black and white, you know that you're golden. If it's not, go back in and change those colors because you want to make sure that they can see it. And honestly, I don't want to go much darker because we are running into that area of accessibility, of it being hard to read. Now I can go there. If you're okay with that, that is still toting the line, but for here, I'll do it for you. But typically I wouldn't. Typically this would either be that yellow, a much lighter green, or a lighter pink, because we can go, we can go something like, in this area, and then it would be comfortable. But you definitely want to make sure that it contrasts well. So
Okay.
whichever. But anyway, yeah. So let me
it.
go ahead and make this match that. Okay. So we got our address in here. It's bothering me. I don't know.
So Elias is making an additional comment. He says he likes to create MP4 files for his IG stories from still images combined with audio. So he's creating video components. Could we take something like this design that you just built in here and turn that into an IG story with, say, an animation or an actual video component?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can actually do it inside of the app. One of the things is, so the animation component and the sticker story component don't work inside of the desktop version, but inside of the phone version, it does. So you can take this, like right now, I can go into my phone and this file will be right there. So that's one of the really, really cool things is that the app and the desktop version speak really, really well together. So I'll start off my file inside of the desktop, and then I'll go inside the phone app and do my animations and do my stickers. And then I'll go back, back and forth all the time. So that's one of the things I'll do as well. And then to get audio right now, but I will tell you that the future is coming. But right now, I will take and bring this into either Instagram or one of the other social media apps and add music to it. So then I have the music going with with my image and the stickers moving and dancing and stuff like that, and with music. So we don't have the ability to put audio in here quite yet. However, I stress the quite yet. So I do know that that is one of the things that is very requested. So hopefully in the future, we'll have it. All right. So then, is there any other question before I?
Let's see. No, Elias just said he's looking forward to spending more time playing in the phone features, and with that, and in combination with Rush is my baby. You gotta put those two together.
It is, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so. Yeah, right now they do speak well together. The Express and Rush, and Photoshop Express, all of those programs do speak very well together. So they play nicely right now, which is awesome. So definitely check those out and play with them. All right, so with this, I'll go ahead and leave this like this so it can match this one, but I would probably change this up typically, but it's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this, and I'm going to make it a PNG. Did I name it? I did. And I'm going to say solid color, doesn't matter. And it's going to save. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to schedule this out to go onto my social media platform, right? So I'm going to go over here, and did you guys see that I just clicked? I just clicked the right here. That's the scheduler. So there's the light bulb, which are like tutorials and stuff like that. And then there's the scheduler. So I click the scheduler, out pops another tab. And so now I have a scheduler here where I can actually send out to my social media platforms. Now, a common question is, can you do 2 of the same platform at once? No, but you can do Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can send to all 3 of those. But if you have 2 Facebook accounts, you can't send to both. That makes sense? Okay. So mine are already connected. I haven't selected a channel. So if I select Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, my business account, I can select all 3 of those. And so now I can go down here and I can say the published date, 21st. But if I wanted this to go tomorrow, I can set the date for tomorrow, or whenever, right? And then, but I'm cool with today. And then 10:01 p.m. for me, I'm on the East Coast. That's why I said that. I know you guys, it doesn't say that for you guys. I can look at a draft post, but I can also view it, right? And I can add media here. So if I click here and I wanted to, like, let's say I had, another file on my device, I can add that file to here. I don't, but if I did, I can add that here and play it. I can do a caption or whatever I want this to say. So I'm going to say, image created during a demo. What'd you say? Doing a demo session. All right. And then I can preview what this is going to look like. So I can click on preview, and it's going to show me that on Twitter, this is what the post is going to look like. On Instagram, this is what it's going to look like. And on Facebook, this is what it's going to look like. So it's giving me a live, and I don't know why, because I never do this, but if you're the first person to like it, do you know that helps your algorithm? If you like your own post, I would never do that. I just can't bring myself.
Same thing on YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would not do that. But you can like your post here. So you can guarantee that you're the first one to like and comment on your post by doing it right here. It's too funny. I cannot. But so that, and then so once I have it, once I'm happy with it, then all I have to do is hit schedule. I am actually going to push this out because I got to hashtag my stuff. I can't just put stuff out there. Okay. So I'll just say for 10. No, I'm not going to push this today. So I'm going to push it tomorrow. But anyway, so I'll just say for tomorrow, 10:18. I got to remember to go back in there and change that and then hit schedule. And so now it's sitting in your scheduler. So your schedule comes up and you can add new. So like, this is what you want to go out at 10:18. But let's say at 2:00, that's when your clients are there. So you want to set up your next set of posts for 2:00. Then you want to set up your next set of posts for dinner time or after dinner time, and stuff like that. So you can set up multiple ones. You just can't set up to multiple areas. You can set up your whole week that you have. You just can't set up, So that's pretty cool. You can add new here. You can also add new here. What was the other thing I want to make sure? You can also, the learn is still here. So you can learn about Scheduler itself by clicking here. If you get in here, you're like confused or you want to learn more and see if there's anything else you can do that here. You can filter stuff out. It's pretty cool. So that's awesome. The scheduler and it being here is amazing. Now, so we've made our post, we've scheduled our post, we've made our QR codes, which are really what I wanted to go over. Now, if we can go over, now this is pretty basic, pretty simple. There are other techniques that we can do with the photos. I'm trying to see how much time do we have, Anissa?
We're at 7 o'clock and we'll probably take a break in just a minute because we're set to go till 8:30. So
okay.
if
So
that's okay.
yeah, so I think that this is a good spot for questions and a break. And then when we come back, we can get into some of the more fun, heavier stuff like photo manipulation and stuff like that. So this is a good break time, you guys?
All good, all good. Any questions at all?
Yeah, I actually have one.
Go for it, Brad. Love to hear it.
So you showed in the beginning that the QR code you could download it as SVG.
Yes.
I still have not seen the download for SVG.
All
I was unable to do that.
We go back to it.
The QR generator.
Mhm.
And then create.
It shows the drop down for you, but the second I enter anything into the QR generation field, it removes SVG as a drop down.
I
Okay.
just did one myself. And so the thing that you have to do is make sure that you have a viable web address and it has to start with HTTPS. Yeah, so try typing in Adobe.
Oh,
Or go, yeah, that's fine, whichever. And then click the create QR code, and then let's try the SVG, and then download.
gotta be different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there it is. Can you give it a try again, Brad? And just let us know
Yeah,
if it's causing
doing
any
the same
issues.
thing. Let me actually try Firefox. It might be.
Sure. And we do notice from time to time things get a little stuck in the web cache. So if your
Yes.
browser seems to be acting a little trippy, if Express is not keeping up with what you need to do, you might need to clear cache, or even try signing out of your browser and signing in again, and just make sure that there aren't things that are kind of clogging up the works before you give it a go. Cool.
Let's see if it opens. Does not. It's okay.
Yeah, I opened mine.
You open it in the browser?
And I was testing it out and I imported it back in to both Express and Canva, and they both took.
Be nice if they had
I
a
can bring it back
save-
in. I was just
Save
trying
to
to
library
see
button.
the code.
That would be nice. And actually, I think, let's see.
Yeah, it must have been the browser because it's now working.
Okay, good.
Didn't think to try the other browser.
I guess. Okay. So since you guys are webbies, and if you want to see what's happening inside of here, this is what happens inside of that code. So this is why you can change the color of it to whatever you want it to be.
You might need to scale that down a little bit. We can't. It's like really big.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Usually I'm hearing that
There
it's
you
too
go.
small. I'm like, oh, me. There's your information.
In the upper left corner, you can do word wrap, and it'll. Oh, well, you got it.
Oh no, it's too long. No, we'll do that.
Yeah, line wrap.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you can actually search out like the code for color, but it's so all of this is in that little thing. So when you guys are like, that's nothing, all of this is what's inside. So background color here, you can make your changes, whatever color you want. You can change the background. You can change the color.
Yeah, you can even apply CSS scripts to
Yeah.
label parts of it so that if you embed it into your web application or your website, you can actually, with CSS, dynamically change it. So if you have dynamic changing colors on your website, you can actually tell your vector graphics to change.
Exactly.
I use that a lot from all my websites now.
DOM-driven theme colors and things like that.
And for those of you who are not web savvy. This is as far as we're gonna go. I just wanted to, since we mentioned it and since it is a web group, I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me just go ahead and check it out. All right, so yeah, so that's it for the SVG. Any other questions?
All good, all good. Okay.
Break.
Let's take a quick 10-minute break and then we'll come back, give you a chance to stretch, get your water, get your drink, whatever drink. We're not gonna tell you what to drink or not drink. And then we'll jump back in and have a little bit more fun. So thanks for joining. We'll be back at 7:19. Here we go. I'm gonna find some music to play too.
Ooh, she's a DJ.
I'm a DJ now.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Oh, actually, I can't do that. This other.
I can play some. I mean, I got some elevator music.
No, I think we're gonna leave the elevator music alone.
Got some. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
In MacArthur Park at 200 decibels.
Oh no. Hey, who wants to try out the team collaborative working on files? Anybody want to give it a go?
What are you talking about?
Sure.
Okay, so all you have to do is in the Zoom chat, click on my name in the to field and type in the email address that you use to use with Adobe. And then I can add you in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And let's see.
We were gonna do that in the next session because I'm gonna share the file that we just did.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, good. Then I'll send them to you. Because then you'll have some of the folks here that can play in it.
Okay.
Okay. Brad, is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Okay. I'm
You're
sending it to Andrea.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Gina.
I just downloaded the app to my phone,
Mm-hmm.
asking me to add a backup email address. Is there any way to bypass that?
Will it let you type in the same email address?
No.
And is it looking only for an Adobe ID email address? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, are you using Android or Apple?
Apple.
Was the email address your Apple account or your Adobe account?
My Adobe account.
Yeah, that means you don't have your Adobe account. You don't have a recovery.
Right.
And they're trying to force you to have the recovery account.
Well, I put in my email that I use for my Adobe account, and it's saying that's the same email and I can't use it.
Right. So they want you to have something else that in case you can't get into your main email, that you have an alternate route to get notifications or backdoor codes or whatever to get in to get your security so that you can get back in your account. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Brad, too. Because I hadn't seen that before. That was kind of surprising.
Hopefully they're going to start using one key here shortly.
Yeah. SSO or something quick and easy.
Yeah, what it does is it makes a passwordless system, which is coming up here. Adobe, Google, Apple,
yeah,
and Facebook
like
are
a
all looking
keychain
at.
List. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not even a keychain list.
Oh, really?
Based off of 2 devices, you create an identity, and then create a backup key that you store on a USB stick, or you essentially send that backup key to yourself in a secure email account. So if you lose all of it, then you lose access to all of your accounts, but it's going to create a new identity to where you have to have at least 2 devices to connect with at the same time.
Multi-factor authentication. I think that's what they call it at our campus. Yeah, like 2-factor. Gotta have something that identifies you and something that is an additional device that identifies you. So that's kind of cool. That's a good way to keep it safe. Yeah.
Yeah, no password required anymore.
Mm-hmm. Because passwords suck. Let's see, we've got a few folks. So if I didn't get a chance to shout out, thank you for joining us. I don't know who iPhone is, but thank you for joining us. Geraldine, June, Michael, Mike, Rowan, Valerie, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you guys coming in. And if you have any questions, let us know. We're just hanging out and kind of being casual with it and having fun with it. So
hi, Geraldine. That's one of my other craft buddies.
Hey, Geraldine. I think I met her before.
I think the M is my friend Michelle, and then I think.
Okay.
And then yeah. And then Andrew, hey.
What's up,
Hi,
Drew?
Andrea. It is Michelle. I'm Mimi. I think I'm Mimi T.
Yeah.
I am being very interestingly entertained. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm enjoying this. This is interesting. So I'm just listening, guys.
And you can't go wrong with Drea, you know. We're bound to have fun no matter what.
Right?
So yes, that is a good thing. Good thing. Good thing. Let's see, all my background music just disappeared. I usually have a chill hop or something to play.
The schedule. Oh yeah, we do. Yes, Andrew. Yes, we do.
Definitely. But Drew never asks me, so.
Oh, Andrew, you just got put on the spot. I'm just saying. Wow. I mean, wow. Andrew. There better be an email or a messenger message in Anissa's box soon. Is what she said.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with him.
Oh, look at it. She's you know what she is though, for real? A rock star with oh Lord, how did I just forget the name of the program? Rush. So she would be good to have on there for Rush, like for real.
Well, it would be a blast for us to do like a tag team thing where because literally this is what we do in our office environments in Drea's job and my job, even though we're in different places, the format's kind of the same in terms of higher ed. And we're constantly having to create social media assets, have to create instructional technology type components and visuals and things, and then put them into video format. And we literally use Express and Rush like on a regular basis. So it would be kind of fun to tag team and show how we can use it in a team environment.
Because we could tag team, Andrew, I saw your comment, but we could tag team though, and just imagine like opening the door to Rush. So like with how I could create something in Photoshop or in Express, and Anissa comes on in the second half and does cool stuff in Rush with it. That would be a really cool, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I like that.
That would be kind of fun.
Yes.
Let's see. I think I can do this in the background.
Then,
ooh, little ambiance. Hopefully that's not too loud.
Yes. No, that's not loud at all.
Okay. Daniel, let's do, if you want, we can kick off with the raffle first, and then we'll jump back to Andrea, and anybody who wants to hang out and continue the party, we can do that. Because I know every now and again we do get pressed for time. So yeah, that would be cool. When we come back in about 2 minutes, we'll jump right into the raffle. And Daniel, you'll take control on that.
Got that, Daniel?
Elias is giving a shout out to Drew for all the great Photoshop advice, because Andrew is on point with his Photoshop advice. Yeah. So yeah.
He's the man.
Always on point.
Always on point.
Photoshop man with a master plan. Call Drew.
And for anybody watching on YouTube, just to make sure we give the credits, we're playing Rooftop Breeze by Smile High and Richard Wagner on Chill Hop.
Oh yeah, don't want to be taken down.
Yes. And let's see. Just to put this in, photoshopandphotography.com for resources from Andrew. And we have when we do our upcoming events, we'll try to make sure that we put out more of our presenters' web resources, YouTube channels, and so on, because we want to make sure that you guys have a wealth of information and resources available. And just know, you know, it's that time of year coming up where people start getting antsy. When's Adobe Max? When's Adobe Max? They start asking the questions. It is coming up. It is the middle of October. I think it's the week of the 17th. And it will be both virtual and in person. So anybody that missed the old in-person events, you can now start making your plans to head back to LA or head to the downtown LA to the convention center. And if you're not feeling like you want to do that and don't want to spend the money on the hotel and the airfare, you can join them online. They're going to have a wealth of classes, but I know the in-person, they're going to try to, you know, kick it up a notch and make it worth the in-person time as it's always been when it was. So that's something to look forward to. We also have quite a few other creative community events. So make sure you check out on Facebook, on Adobe, in the community forums area of the Adobe website to get helpful resources and so on. So we just want to make sure you guys have all those resources and know where to get all the good answers and the good connections with incredible presenters and instructors that really know their stuff. So thank you for checking those out. Let's see. And Brad says he also has clipartgenius.com for links, an update for bookmark for tools and more. So thank you for sharing that, Brad. And that works pretty good. We appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and kick this back down. Daniel, it is time for the raffle. And I'm going to let you take that away. Go ahead and unmute. Okay.
Oh, it's not on. It's there.
We're only going to give away 1 year Creative Cloud to one person. So this is the only prize of the night. So are you ready?
I can barely hear you, Daniel.
Yeah, you got soft on me too. Go ahead and bump up just a little bit more.
All right, Gina bought some tickets.
Gina, woo woo. Is Gina here? Gina, are you here still?
I am here.
Woohoo!
Yay!
You win.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Daniel, tell her what she's won.
A year of Creative Cloud. Send me a private message on here with the email address you want. That's your Adobe ID, and I'm going to submit it right now for you.
I'm sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Send me a private message on here with the email address you want me to put under from your Adobe account to register so they send it to you.
Got it. Thank you.
Excellent. Congratulations, Gina.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Let's see.
And Lisa, you could take over my screen.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me see. I think you have to stop your share. And then
I was
Andrea's
going to say real
going to
quick,
take
and you
over.
said go ahead and spin one more time. I can send a $5 gift certificate for clipartgenius.com.
Oh, sweet. Okay. We appreciate that. Thanks, Brad. Spin that sucker. Let's roll.
And I'll send you, Daniel, the coupon code for the $5.
Whoa, almost got Gina again. Rowan, are you here? You can unmute. Congratulations, you're our next winner. Rowan, are you here?
Bradley, could you just directly message the person and give them the prize? That way I don't have to go.
Yeah, thank you. That's great.
Yay! Congratulations,
All right, Ronan.
Rowan.
I'll send you the coupon code right now.
Thanks, Brad. We appreciate it. That's awesome. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, we're good. Daniel, you can go ahead and do the stop, and then we can turn it back over to Andrea. And you have,
what will I have?
Screen. You can share your screen.
How much time do I have so I can pay attention to the?
So we're at 7:23 and we're slated to go. Do you want to keep going all the way to 8:30 or do you want to do to 8?
What?
How are you guys for time? Everybody cool?
What do you want for dinner?
I'm assuming that's a good.
Okay, we'll
Okay,
go.
we're gonna roll with it.
You can
Okay,
quit anytime we want, you know?
Yeah, true.
it is what it is. Go for it.
All right, so real quick to share this, if I want it, since this is all of our files, I can share this with you guys. So I'm going to click on share, and then I can go down here to invite because I'm inviting.
You gotta share your screen though, so you can show them.
Oh, you know what?
That part.
actually helps. Is that not the craziest thing ever? If you share your screen and unmute yourself, people can see what you want them to say. It's crazy technology. All right, can you guys see my screen now?
Yep, we're all good.
Awesome. All right, so let me go away from there because that's not all right. So since we all created this is our project. I'm gonna go over here to share. And then I have other options in here. I can publish this to a web, it'll sit on Adobe server, but I can send somebody a web link, which is pretty cool. So I can send a link. I can schedule this. Of course, you guys already know about scheduling. I can also make this a template if we wanted to use it for something else or post it up on like the Adobe Creative, Adobe, I gotta get used to the new name, Adobe Express Insiders Club or group. I could make it a template and let other people manipulate the template. I can send it directly to the Google Drive, and I can open it in a mobile app. So what I'm gonna do is invite. So I'm gonna click on invite. I don't, where's the chat with the addresses? Hang on. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab some of the address. I have Brad's. So I'm gonna click on Brad, paste. What happened? Let me see. Did I not?
Oh, you grabbed my URL instead of the
email. Right.
Brad@bluebrad.com.
Brad. Oh, okay.
Brad@bluebrad.com.
As in the color blue?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll give you mine is Anissa T at earthlink.net.
I didn't put bra. I put Brad. It's like Brad at bluebrad.com.
Correct.
Got it. And then Anissa A.
At Anissa T. Yep, there it is. You already have me in your list. Okay.
Anybody else? Who else? Because I did it. Who else put that?
Elias, you want in? Doug, you want in?
Yeah.
If you guys will put it in, that way it's at the bottom.
I'll type.
Sorry.
Okay. Drew, Gina, anybody else? Rowan, Geraldine. You guys are.
So just these two? Just Brad.
We'll roll with it for now.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Elias put his in the chat as well.
Oh, you know what's new? It's letting us copy and paste. It wasn't doing that all the time. Okay, sweet.
Okay, good.
Right. It's not copying it. That's why. Right click, copy.
Because you're on a Mac.
You got jokes. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm gonna click and invite you guys to edit. Okay. So you should see. Does it show up here? I can't remember.
Yeah, and it shows up in the upper right corner of your express.adobe.com if you're signed into the account with the email address that you sent Andrea. And in the upper right corner, there's a little bell. You know what, Andrea, if you go back to home.
You go there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Yep, there you go.
And so
you'll
see
upper right corner. And in mine, I have Andrea Batts-Latson invited you to edit Sanguine menu, and I can decline or I can accept. And I'm going to go ahead and click accept. And Brad, you should be
now one of my best friends. Look at that. And see up here, it tells me that Anissa is now a collaborator on the menu. And now Brad is a collaborator. And that Brad follows my work because I just love him. Now he's my best friend. So
that's so nice.
You know. Right. And then all right, so now they're able to actually see the file. They're able to, do one of you guys want to share your screen to show how that works? That's what we do in my classroom. Let me see. Yeah. Is that okay?
Me or Brad? Which one? Brad, do you want to do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, go for it.
I'll stop share. And then now you guys will be able to see it on his screen to see.
There you go.
How he can manipulate it, how he can, all the stuff that he can do to it. So
it's under projects, under shared with you.
Exactly. Now it won't let multiple people edit at the same time, so it's like a library checkout system kind of.
I did talk to them about it. Not yet.
Yeah.
Comments are going to be the first part that could be all at once. So you'll have a designer and then you'll have commenters. The next step would be having multiple, at least two.
Right. It's like if Google Drive can do it, and if Microsoft Office can do it, they'll get around to doing it.
And I think, you're going to help me so much, because I think what happens is it actually does a copy of it somehow. So it's the original file will still be there. I think that's how when I do it with my students, that's how it is, but we'll see. So I remember having like 8 or 9 files and I'm like, what happened? And it was every rendition it kept. So I don't know if they changed that.
But was that from the template or just from a regular standard project file?
We weren't doing a template. So yeah, it was from a regular standard file that it copied it. So I would expect that from a template because it's protecting the real file.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised. I was like, okay.
See, this is what I'm surprised about is that Brad hasn't gone in and I love that he's changing the food items, but I'm surprised that there aren't bugs crawling out of the food items to match the Sanguine Spot logo with the spider.
That would have been awesome.
The food items should be spiders on a stick.
Oh gosh.
Kebab style.
Do you know, I tell my students know that Halloween, I'm just not I'm a chicken. So I don't like that stuff. Why the entire class, not even joking, the entire class did the scariest stuff just so I had to grade their web projects. Like, dying.
They got you.
I said, F, 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 F. So
that's funny. So I'm noticing something interesting. So Brad is making the selections on the icons, but it can get a little tricky when the background of the icon object underneath it is the same color as the background of your overall canvas. So that's where the layers panel is really coming in handy, because he can actually use the layers panel to get to the specific things that he wants to modify.
Correct.
Right.
I like that effect though, because it's breaking that border.
And then grouping and ungrouping.
Right.
So that way I can move when I get it done with what I was going to edit.
Right. Now, here's the interesting thing. Some of us have to create not only one design, but actually multiple designs. Are you seeing that, Andrea, where you have to do a Facebook post and a YouTube thumbnail and a Eventbrite something or other, and they all have these different sizes? What is your tactic? I have a tactic. I'm wondering if you have a similar tactic.
Well, in the next portion, we were going to talk about that, but you can actually resize each one. So there's a resize button that I'm pointing, you can't see, but over on the right side where you see design, there's a resize button. And when you click that, you can actually go in and you can customize the resize. You can look at one of the preset resize and size it that way. So that's awesome though, because if you've already designed something and you don't want, it'll go ahead and try its best at resizing it. But if it doesn't, then all you got to do is go in and make the changes that are needed. So I typically start off big so that, because it's easier to resize it down small than it is to resize it up for the program. So
exactly. Now here's an interesting point. Remember, you guys, when she first built the logo, when she did that first export and she chose solid background. Well, that solid background is the yellow behind the logo. But if she had chosen transparent background, then she would have just had the words, the spider, and the rest of it would have bled through so she could see that logo working on any color background behind. So it may be worth it if you know you're creating those logos to go ahead and export a solid background version and a transparent version that you can use on different objects, put on flyers, put on your YouTube thumbnails or whatever it is that you're going to apply it to. That's cool. Are you having fun, Brad?
Yeah, I'm just tinkering with it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Because you guys are saying it, doing kind of what. There was a way, but
what's that?
It's not letting me do it.
What's that?
To essentially turn the solid color, because it's using an SVG codec. If you'd put 2 zeros at the end of a color, you're going to transparent color now.
Right. And so I don't think they've gotten to that point yet, but if you're exporting out to SVG, you're going to do it in code. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you could go in there, find your background color, what it is, put it, I would recommend putting it to a color that you can easily come in and recognize, like 959595, and then you can go in there and search for 959595 and just essentially wipe out that code in the SVG to get your image to be transparent. But yeah, coming in here and being able to just remove the background would be the absolute answer that you'd want.
And Brad is doing what we typically identify as hacker mode. You hack the code to make it
work around mode.
Work around. Exactly.
Or
so that's
what we now are calling the Band-Aid mode.
Right.
In our work.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It gives me a here, but it's not giving me it on the background layer.
Right.
Yeah. Your way around the background really is just to make it white and export it as a PNG. Then that way the background won't be there. And then you
but he's saying he wants like a subtle,
or select a color that you would know, and then you can go into a text editor or Illustrator or another program that can handle vectors. Another free program is LibreDraw that could handle vectors very well. So if you don't have the Adobe Creative Suite, but you do have an Adobe account and you're using this, you can use LibreDraw to come in and edit it, or even Inkscape, which is another one.
Yeah. Well, and believe it or not, you can even do some limited things in like Google Draw. Google Draw exports out SVG and PNG as well.
Not quite as well. And it actually messes up the code.
Yeah, but it's not as nice, but it's an option if you don't have access or time, or you're familiar with certain tools or whatever. The cool part is that there's so much interactivity between all of these applications. There's definitely times where I will take something started in one and then finish it out or connect it to several other pieces to do what I need to do. And I know, Drea, you teach that to your class, to your students, is you've got to kind of work with what you have as long as you have the foundation.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to see if maybe I can get back in here and figure out if there's a way to turn off the background after you've selected a solid background.
Mm-hmm. So you're in the animation portion now. So you could actually
I'm just trying to see if maybe I could, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually, what I know is coming up for this too, is the SVG CSS animate. That was one of their
that's going to be
updates that I was digging through, and I was like, ooh, that's going to make it so much better to
on the roadmap.
Yep. So
I'll go ahead and pass it back.
That's cool. And so Brad actually took it from the original design and ported it out to a completely different style. What I found is that if you know that you've got to work with a bunch of different dimensions for different kinds of platforms, you'll find yourself duplicating one, grouping the elements in one so that it keeps everything intact, but changing out the dimensions, porting it out to a new dimension. Then you could take it and break it apart, but it's going to keep everything in place so that you have all the same components. And it does a beautiful job with that. So, Andrea, when you're ready, you can go ahead and share again. Brad, stop sharing.
Okay. And then hold on, let me see.
Yeah, the one thing I did recommend to Adobe in user voice for it was the capability of, if I create a group, I should be able to create an instance that I can reuse in other spots. So if I go back and edit that instance,
Right.
everywhere in my entire project, it should edit the same thing.
Right. And now you could pull that into a library and use it from a library, but it's looking for it to be kind of more of an intact thing, not really to go back and
I was pointing it out
recursively come back through it. Right.
Yeah. So you don't, right now what you could do is export an item to a library and then import that into something, but you have to re-import it every single time you update it. I was talking about, I could say, hey, this is a project group. Anything I update in this project group that was an instance should update everywhere. So like if I put a phone number or address somewhere, it recognizes that has the address. Boom, update it everywhere, has the same address for that project.
Right. So Drea, tell everybody what we're seeing right now.
Okay, so right now we're seeing another user is currently editing the project. So as long as he has it open, then it will not allow you, like it's locked down. That's why it has the gray. And it won't allow you to open
did close it though.
It's like, please, huh?
I did close it though, so I'm not sure why it.
So Drea, you might just need to refresh.
It'll take me home, yeah. And then so now you'll see the thumbnail of the change down here. And I can go ahead into it. And now I'll see his, but he has his brand in here. It just grabbed the brand. So I could either request brand access, or I'll just do it without it, and it just take whatever was branded, like his color or whatever. So your brand is protected, which is awesome. And if you're using any brand assets like your logo, your color, and things like that, it's gonna protect that. So it'll just strip it out. They'll be able to open it, but it'll strip out that information. So that's a major part. Make sure you don't have your branded stuff in here. All right. So so now we have this design and it's set, and we were able to share it, and both of us were able to partner in it. So that's what I want to show on that. So what I want to do
Did you
now,
want to show them the history also?
let me go back. Hang on.
Oh, the bottom left. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Without brand.
And if you want to request access, like if you want to annoy him, you can click on that.
But it just won't let you open it until he grants that permission.
Did it send you anything? I'm just curious. I haven't played with that yet.
Yeah, it's saying, do you want to accept brand access?
Okay.
I'm gonna hit decline and see what that does. I've never hit decline. I think it's just gonna say it again in here.
It adds a sound effect. Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, so continue without brand. Oh, it's gray.
I wish. Oh.
Try the refresh one more time. Because it may need to hit Adobe servers again. DJ Scratchy Music Alas. That's funny.
I'm gonna report abuse. I'm just kidding. All right. So,
that'd be a reporting abuse on your own account. You're the account holder.
I'm like, no, it was him. It was him. It was him. Now, what is it that you want to show me?
So there should be the history panel, which I believe is the calendar at the top right.
That's gonna take us to the.
This is to the scheduler. It's not a history.
Oh, no. Yeah, where was that?
There isn't a history. There is undo and redo, but there's not actually a history panel though.
Maybe it's in the cloud. Maybe that's what you're thinking. I know when we look at the history for other things, it's up in one of these up here. So maybe it's actually in the cloud. I don't know.
I've never seen history.
On the left-hand side, I have edit history.
On your side, you have edit history. Where is it?
I think I went into some kind of setting. Let me go back into this.
Well,
I've never seen it. That's interesting. He did hack it. What?
He hacks. He's a hacker. Right. But before we run out, let me just show you a few other things that you guys know that you can do in Photoshop, but might not know that those options are available to you here. or that you can do cool stuff like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and customize. So if I want a custom shape, a custom size from the jump, I can go click on this plus and I can choose custom size. But a few other things I want to show you in here because people confuse all the time. Everybody's like, where did Spark page go? I mean, they're angry. And why would you take it away? We did not. It is still here. So if you go all the way down, so we have create new. If you go to right here, this is Spark page. Web page is what it's called now. It's still here. I promise you, it's okay. And then video, it is still here. It is right here at the bottom. So they're here. You just got to explore the menu a little bit and calm down, drink some coffee. I don't know what calms you, some tea, but it's okay. They're all still here. Nothing has been taken or stripped from you guys. It's right there. All right. So, but the cool thing is in this menu, there's a lot. You can get to the quick actions in here as well. So you can, what we're going to do is just a custom size graphic just because. So I'm going to set the width. Right now, the default is 2560 by 2560. Let's say we're going to go, let's just do an odd size. Let's say we're going to say 2000 by 3000. And we're going to choose next. So we'll do that. What's that? 1 or 3. All right. And so, honestly, I wanted this reversed just so I can tell you full circle, but that's okay. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna grab some photos. So I'm not gonna do templates at the moment. I'm gonna go here to photos and I want some really colorful, give me a topic, a happy topic. I already did your goth topic. Give me something happy. What's a happy topic?
Well, 4th of July is coming up. So.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That time where all of our dogs are scared.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have a tragic story with that.
It's had fireworks.
Where I'm at, Riverside County and San Bernardino County, they're illegal.
They're illegal?
But that doesn't stop them here.
Oh,
that's
okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Illegal or no?
Yep.
It doesn't stop them here either, though.
Grab a whole bunch of images that are probably not going to go together, but it does not matter because we're playing, guys. That's what we're doing. Okay. I want it 5, but I get kind of crazy with these. Let me see. Yep, there we go. Boom. Okay. So let's say we have all of these images. Let's do similar to that one. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay. So let's say we have all these images and we want to create something fun. We just don't know exactly. This is why I wanted this to be landscape. So now I'm in a situation where I have this file and it's not the way I want it. I'm going to go over here to my trusty dusty resize. And then I'm going to click custom and then I'm going to reverse it. Let me work it, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to reverse this so that I have it landscape. So all wasn't lost, right? I was just able to go in there and quickly change the size. I love that. I'm telling you, I love that. All right. So now what I'm going to do is decide what I want my background to be. So I'm going to I am not feeling that cat. I'm just not a cat person. Sorry. All right. So, but he's about to be a part of this. All right. So I could have made it a background. I could have easily clicked on this. I'm going to undo real quick. And I could have easily made it a background, right? I could have just clicked this. And with this selected, I get this context menu and I can go over here and I can say add to background and boom, that's the background. Bada bing, bada boom. I have other things that I can do to it as well. So with this cat, what I want to do is I'm going to remove the background. So I'm going to click on that cat and I'm going to go over here to where it says remove background. Remember, I told you everything with a click. I can click Sensei. Yeah, I said it. You guys, I said it. The drinking game. Sensei. How many times can I say Sensei?
I would be drunk by now.
Yes. All right. So I have the flag and the flag was removed because it's part of the background, but it removed everything around that cat. It's pretty good. Did pretty good. If I have premium, which I do have, I can actually restore pieces of this I'm not going to, but I could. Just know that I have the option. I can go ahead and say, well, I want to bring this back, add it back. And then I could say, okay, this is what I want. Let me go over that.
You got to do him too.
Huh?
I think you got to do him too, right?
So then I can click on the check mark. And now I got pieces, along with pieces of this back that I can set. I can go back in it and be like, oh, no, that's not how I want this. I can edit the cutout. And then I can go back and I could either restore the image. I could clear the cutout, which is just going to take it back to its normal state. And I can go and I can click the check mark and I can be like, okay, this is how I want it. Nope, that's not how I want it. I can click remove background. I can be as indecisive as I want to be, because who's going to check you, boo? Like, really, who's going to check you? You can do what you want, right? So now I got this cat, and now I'm going to go ahead and I can invert the cutout too, where I want everything except for, like, I just want the shape of the cat or whatever. Why would I do that? I don't know, but you can. That cat looks crazy. All right, so I can save this, and then let's say, oh my goodness, he looks crazy. He's scary. And I said, no scary. All right, so I'm going to put the cat down here. Maybe he doesn't like her little fireworks. And he's like, I don't know, really upset about it. So there he is. That's the cat. Oh, and
he looks like he's about to beat her with a stick.
Yes, the worse it gets, right? So now
he looks appalled.
Yeah, it looks like something's doing something to the cat already.
I want to make this. I want to make this better. I do. So I'm going to go and I'm going to search for a balloon. And I want one with a stick. Or I don't want one with a stick. I want this one. All right. So I'm going to bring this balloon in here because I just feel like he needs to help us in this situation, because we want the cat to be a little bit more friendly, maybe. All right. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to remove the background. And bada bing, bada boom. It's slow. I don't know why. All right. So now I have this. I'm happy with it. I'm going to click the check mark. And I'm going to kind of position this to be what is here is the cat has this balloon and he's upset because he thinks it's going to pop. There you go. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. All right. So I got this cat. He's got a balloon. And so he's not yelling at the girl. He's not about to eat her. He's just upset at this balloon on a stick for some reason. That's what's happening. All right. So now I'm going to grab maybe some fireworks and decide what area I want these fireworks to be in. Maybe I want the fireworks to be here. Yeah. And nothing like fireworks, guys. And then I can also play with the order of the balloon, because the balloon right now is out of hand. So I'm going to go to my layers panel, put the balloon a little bit closer to the cat. Okay. And then now what I want to do is we only get 2 blend modes with Express right now. So with this, I'm going to go to either multiply blend mode, or I can go to screen blend mode. And either way, I can use one of these. And if I feel like something is too strong, I can still tone it down with that opacity right there. Change the transparency a little bit, just to have, just to give it a little bit of texture in that background. So now I have this where I want it. And then if I decide that I don't want the balloon and I don't want the cat under there, I can just as easily bring them up to the top so that they are in front of this and they're not affected by that. And then I can go back to here and maybe I want to bring it in just a little bit more, and I can do that. I could also go in, cut the girl out. There's a lot of tricks that you can do to make this work for you. All right, so now let's go and grab something else I need to bring up top. And now maybe I want to bring these stars into play. And you guys already know, I'm sure if I ask you, if I want to get rid of that white, what is it that I'm going to do? Which blend mode would I use?
Background.
Huh?
Are you removing background or are you doing something else?
I'm going to, without having to remove the background. I don't have to remove the background in this
Gotcha.
case. So I can do it with the blend mode. Always. Anytime that if the color that you want to remove is black or white, blend modes are super easy to take them out. So I can, if I want to remove the white in this, I can just choose multiply, and that's going to remove all of the white out of that image. So now I got the stars, and I can put them on top or however I want them to be, and I don't have to worry about the white being in there, and I can move this around if I want, but it took it out, which is awesome. Okay.
So Elias had put in the chat, he was looking at opacity, but opacity is a different thing from blend modes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Opacity,
what happens if he changes the opacity?
if you change the opacity, let me go back to normal real quick. If you change the opacity of this, it's going to change it and it's going to lighten the white, but it's not going to remove the white, you know, without affecting everything else. See, if I go down in opacity, not only is my white removing, everything is becoming transparent. Right. Everything is losing it. Whereas if I just choose a blend mode, you're going to see that everything else kind of still stays. It still blends within the background, but we're not losing the transparency of those individual objects that aren't white. The same with if it was a black background and I did screen, it would do the same. So if I put this one, let me select it. And let's move you around. And so this is why today, when we had our meeting, I asked for locking layers. And they said, why would you want locked layers? And I said, so that I can manipulate stuff that I want the way that I want to. So, so with this one, this has darks and it has blacks. So what's going to happen if I choose screen is it's going to take out those darker colors and it's going to leave me with the lighter colors. So, so right now I just have this, this texture. So if I wanted to do just texture, that's a really, really cool way of getting texture. I don't want to do that. I have something else in mind for this one. So what I'm going to do with this one is make it larger. And I'm going to go to text and I'm going to choose add my own text. And I'm just going to type the number 4. Okay. For 4th of July. But I want to find a font that is, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. You got to talk to it just like you do with plants. So I'm going to find a font that I want super thick. And man, it's at a slow right now. It's going. It can do it. It can do it. So I have faith in it. So I talk to it all the time. And I'm like, hey.
This feels like Photoshop 2.0.
It is. It is Photoshop 2.0 because that is the other way that you have to do it. But if you're somebody who doesn't have a budget and this is there for you, this is the one, you know? I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll do Photoshop 2.0.
If Photoshop 2.0 had like what, 10 installation discs?
Oh my gosh.
Old school.
And when you resize something, you'd go and take lunch and come back and it might or might not be finished.
Yes. So I checked to make sure it was saved. I'm going to refresh.
And then you might have to undo it because it didn't.
No, but normally it will be laggy for a second while it's just trying to make sure that all of the components, especially if you have a lot of visual elements, that they're syncing to the server because you're literally working in the cloud as opposed to working locally.
And if you work in your browser with Zoom too.
Exactly.
That definitely has a lot of, all right, so let's see if I can make a thicker, I want a thicker font. I'm not even looking for anything else but thick. Let me see this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's thick. Hey, you thick. That's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna bring this down. And then, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the photo on top of the number. Okay, and now remember that is white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play with different blend modes. Now remember, it's not fully masking. that's not what it's actually doing. So this is what it'll look like if I multiply, but this is what it, now why did you do that? Why didn't you do what I need you to do? Maybe, oh.
Underneath her.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because it works if you have black or white. So earlier I had black, so that might be why. So let me put the 4 on top and see if it works. So what I want to do, we go ahead and make this one back to normal, is I want to show you a form of, it's not really masking, but it's what we can get away with. Okay, it's lagging, that's why. Okay, hang on. Because this should be normal right now, and it's not. All right, let's see. Come on. Did it delete? Where is it?
Was the transparency is off. The opacity is off. You have to turn it back on.
Right. So is that no, it's at 100%.
The picture, not the 4. Right?
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, that's at 0.
That's why.
I didn't turn it to 0 though. That's very interesting. All right, so now I'm gonna put this back on top and see if it was because it was at 0. Let's see. No, because see how it's not showing the image? There's some lag. Yep, because it's frozen.
Yeah.
So there's something weird happening. That's okay. Hang on. Let's go to screen. Yeah, because it's supposed to, it's all, yeah, it's not moving to on top. So
okay,
it's having a problem. It's okay. Let me see. It's all right. I'm not gonna work you if you do this for me. See? Let's see how it works. All right. But you can mask it in a way, sort of, kind of. When you export it, that mask is not going to be masked. So that's the one thing to know. But if you're doing something that's only for screen or only for social media, you can trick, it to looking like it's masked when it's not masked. I really want to show you it, but it is really not happening right now. Let me see if I multiply. Yeah, it's not responding.
Do you want to clear your cache real quick?
No. Do you know?
Maybe if you smack it upside the head.
I do. I hate, yeah, because always some of my stuff is not where I want it to be. Every time I do that. All right, let me see.
Is that a Ukrainian clown?
There it is. There she is. Is she dark? Let's see. There she is. So maybe, just maybe the third time's the charm. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to move this on top. Okay, and then I'm going to mask it with screen. Still not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'll see. Multiply. Oh, let me see if I can move it. And then I'll take it off of this one. It really works with the one underneath. You know, I did this right before. Actually, Kiona's my witness. I did it with her. All right, so let me see. Yeah, it has to be underneath. But you know what? I'm gonna try it with something else. Here we go. So I'm gonna change it with a shape. So we did it with numbers, so we did it with letters earlier, but maybe it's just in a mood, and that's okay.
Oh, it may be because it's a font text object as opposed to a shape object, and that's probably what's doing it.
But we did it with we did it with text object. That was her question. She was like, "Can you do it with a type object?" And I said, "I don't know. Let's see." But the reason you can do it is because you're putting the effect on the image and not the type itself. And for whatever reason, it just does not want to play. So we'll see if it plays with this one. Oh. Yeah, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to hurt its feelings, but there you go. you be the one, because I was, just like,
something out of Squid Games.
I was like, you're a sweetheart. Everyone loves you.
Not Squid Games.
Let's see. Work for me. Nope. And then, nope.
Yeah, it's not
Oh, it
liking
hasn't.
that. I don't think it likes that background.
It does not like that background.
No.
It could be the background. Let's just choose a different one. I don't know why though, because but you know what? It's the boss right now. So we'll let it be the boss right now. Oh boy. All right, so let's see. All right, let's try. This should be the charm, right? All right, so let me go to multiply. I knew it wouldn't be that one. Nope, it is not working today. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, it does work. It's just not working for me today. So if somebody else does it, it'll probably work, but it's not. So today is just not my day, and only because I'm doing a demo, only. But before, when I did practice, it was perfect. So see, it won't work on being on top, and I knew it. I just wanted to check to make sure. It has to be beneath, whatever I want to go into. What if I make it black? Which shouldn't matter because they're the opposite. But let's just, for kicks and giggles, let's just do it. Yeah. Oops. And then let me make this one normal. And then last time, if it doesn't work, see, it's working in opposite. It's so weird. Anyway, it does work. It's just not doing it tonight. It's had its moment, or I had my moment earlier. And so it's like, you've already done this and you're not going to do it again. But so if we wanted to, huh?
Oh, Drew was saying goodbye. Sorry.
Oh, bye, Drew. But if you want to make, like, I like making like stories, and telling the story. So each time that I do sticker stories and stuff like that. And each time I do the story, it would be like, I would make a story for the cat and how the cat's really upset about, this balloon, and the cat really didn't want an orange balloon. He wanted a blue balloon, and they gave him an orange balloon because that's all they had left. And everybody was upset, and the cat was upset. And so the cat's just really unhappy. And here's Miss Cheerful Jerry coming over to like show the cat and talk to the cat and give it patriotism and be like, oh, look, we got stars and we got the flag. And the cat's just like, I don't care. I want my balloon. And he couldn't get it, what I'm saying? So I would go into like a story with it when I'm posting this to social media. There's always some type of story, that I've concocted somewhere in here. And then, but it will be created from multiple things, as you can see. And so if I wanted to add some design assets, which are also awesome, which I could say 4th of July, let's just see. I don't know. I've never looked up 4th of July assets, but let's see. Yep, that's why. So I could say, and the assets are super. Say it again.
Firecracker.
Okay.
Firework, or yeah.
But they're new. Like these, just like the artists are still creating stuff, so they probably just didn't do fireworks and stuff yet. But I don't know, maybe we want a plant to show up in here. Or maybe we want her to show up. She's actually in sync with the cat. See how she is? She's talking to the cat. She's like, yo, cat, chill, But if I wanted to bring her in here, for whatever reason, and then I can, and also when I bring it in, you'll see that it's a whole group of different things. So I can ungroup it, and I can say, oh, we don't want this. We don't want that. Maybe we don't want her. And maybe we want like this little rock collection and the flowers. We can have that, we can add that to our story. Then we have different backgrounds and stuff that you can use, and you put in a different topic. You got logos and you have your library. So you have all of that. Really is that of Adobe Express or Photoshop 2.0, or whichever term you want to coin it. That's what it is. But all of these things piece together to work it. So you can do like, and the cool thing is, like I said, you can be in your bed and you can be working on this from your bed, like whenever I have inspiration, like honestly, throughout COVID and stuff like that, I lost quite a few people and I was super sad. So I would start creating. And so that's when I started creating the most, was, you know, creating out those feelings and creating out those emotions. And I would do it from the bed. So a lot of my creations I did while I was in the bed, you know. So the ability to be able to do that, and then I would finish it here. So if I got to a point to where there was something I couldn't do, like something I do better on the desktop, I go to the next project. And so the next day I might have 4 projects to work on and finalize inside the desktop, but I was able to get started. Instead of it being a thought and I got to wait until the next day to get to the program to do it, I was able to do it in here. And even if you're like, this is Photoshop 2.0, I don't want to do that. Another thing you can use this app for is to get out your ideas. You know what I mean? So let's just suppose you just start in here and plot out your ideas, put those in here. And then that way, when you get into Photoshop, whatever app makes you happy, you have that there, you have that basis, almost like sketching. You know, you have your sketch of what you want to do, and then you can go into the other programs and get them done. But the really cool thing about this is social media. The fact that you can post this up to social media just like that from, you know, from the bed or from whatever is, I feel like the magic of that. So you guys have any questions?
Any questions for anybody?
I like Elias has a smile, so that makes me happy.
Yeah. I think he's ready to put some of these to work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, you know, you guys got something out of it and found out something new about it. That masking thing, as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna refresh and $5. It works, no problem. But it's just what it does, you know, that's kind of the nature of the beast when but it works like a charm any other time. So if you try it on yours, it should work.
Gina's asking a question. She says, can you hashtag when you're posting, when you're using the schedule poster? I haven't tried it. Can you do hashtags?
Yeah,
okay.
I could have hashtag when I was doing it. I just didn't. That's why I said I wasn't posting it until I get my hashtags together. But I have another file of notes that I have to go copy from the notes and paste it in here. And I didn't want to do all that while demoing. But yeah, you can hashtag it. So if I go to my media, oops, wait. Hang on.
Sorry, you clicked schedule on the one that we were.
Okay. I was like, what happened? Okay, now I want to go here. So if I want to go in here and I want to add my hashtags, I can do it just like I would. Hashtag menu, hashtag open,
hashtag
hashtag toxic,
hashtag
gross, toxic,
Adobe Express,
hashtag Adobe. Oh, I wouldn't want those hashtags in there though. If I was gonna do Adobe Express, I definitely would take out toxic and gross. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's the quickest way off the team. But yeah. And another thing too, I want to make sure I show you. I'm an Adobe Express ambassador. I was always in love with Adobe Express and Spark. So when the opportunity came to be an ambassador, I jumped at it. But right here, this is where I work. So as soon as I get off of here, I will be going to work for the forums. But we have the Adobe Express Insiders group on Facebook, and we also have one on Discord as well. But I can go into my Facebook account, and then I can go to, where is my search bar? There it is. It's always the first one. Adobe Express. Look at Geraldine. She is working. All right, I can go into Adobe Express. And then I can go inside the group, and you will see inspiration all over is here. So these are some of the designs that other people have created inside of Adobe Express. So this one with the double exposure and the whole scene.
That's beautiful.
Stuff like that. So you guys can join. It is just Adobe Express Insiders. Right now it's my shift, so I will be the one to approve you all the way until 1 a.m. I work from 8 p.m. EST all the way till 1 a.m. EST as a moderator for the group. So definitely check it out. It would be cool to get, we got a lot of photographers who used to be, very well-known photographers and stuff like that who are in here in the app, giving it a run for the money and doing some stuff and letting us know what's wrong and what's good, what's, stuff like that. So it's just a lot of fun, like just doing things like this. This is one of the moderators as well. The moderators will have moderator on there.
Awesome.
So yeah, definitely join. Right now, like I said, I'm an Adobe Express ambassador. I think we're still recruiting. I think we are. I think we're still recruiting ambassadors. That information will be up here. So if you'd like to become an ambassador, if you have the time to become an ambassador, definitely, once you join, look for that and join us and have fun. The ambassador program, you just want to make sure you have the time to do it, but there are a lot of perks and stuff that come with it. It's a lot of fun. So if interested, do that. And then if interested, I'm trying to boost up my YouTube account. So please follow me on YouTube. And if you have your phone ready, see that QR code right there? Because I have it. I have my QR code. All you got to do is go to that QR code and subscribe. And that would make me so happy because I had this account for years and I had it private for my students. And I'm just now opening it for the public so that because now I want to, do more on YouTube. Whereas I probably should have all that time and didn't, but in any event, so that would be cool. And that is what I have for you.
Elias says you got a sub.
You said I got a what?
You got a sub out of Elias, so that's good.
Yay! Yay! So I do videos for InDesign as well, the InDesign user group. What is it? InDesign. It's Adobe Care. And it's for the InDesign newsletter. So that's some of those videos go up there too. So,
all right.
There you have it.
Well, do we have any other questions? We just want to make sure everybody gets all of their issues and special requests and all that good stuff addressed. Gina says, thank you for sharing your knowledge. I'm really looking forward to diving into the app, most definitely. And it's something you will actually get kind of addicted to when you see how easy it is to work with. It's pretty cool.
And if you have questions in a group, call us out. You know what I mean? If you're like I said, I'm there. 8 p.m. is 5 p.m. your time. So I'm there from 5 p.m. I think I'm the last one of the night. So if you have questions and you're like, hey, you don't feel ashamed to be like, at Andrea, Batts-Latson, how do you blah, 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 blah. And if I don't get to it, trust me, one of the other mods are going to get to it. But typically around that time, I'm the one that's in there answering questions. So if you have questions, you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this, or, oh, I got this to work. It did work like a charm. And I'm like, yeah, only when you're not demoing. So you should start demoing. It's not going to work. So that's just all there is to it. I guess, something always never works. So I'm really, I don't even get upset about it anymore. I'm like, what it is.
It's all good. Well, Andrea, thank you so much for this presentation. Thank you, everybody that joined us today. We know your time is valuable, and we hope that we're providing a value to you from the content that we provide. Please stay tuned on our Facebook group and in the emails and anywhere where you follow LA Web Professionals, and keep up to date with whatever we've got coming up for the next lineups. We're always trying to get great presenters that share a wealth of information like Andrea. And we just want to say thank you for joining us today. Everybody have a great evening. I'm just going to end the recording. Then anybody that wants to hang out, we appreciate you. You can hang out.